Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T. For today, December the 17th, we are starting off with Stage 1 and dropping the team meds. And I know what you're saying. But wait, what? The 17th? That makes it a mere 7 days or 1 week away from the eve of just some other day. Also, you might be like, wait a minute. Why is he doing team meds again? Well, I'll tell you, I might be half decent at doing math, but I can't read a calendar to save my life, apparently. I don't know if I thought it was the beginning of next week or the beginning of this week, but I completely spaced out on which day this was. So I didn't realize this was the repeat Dr. T until I hit stage 5, where I was like, this is, I've seen this. This is a 5 I know. And by that time I was already in, like, far enough. I was just like, alright, well, the only thing I can do is just keep going forward and move through this. So, unfortunately, T-Meds again, but that's alright. Tomorrow I'll make sure to mix things up and get the something, I don't know what, but the something in there to take on the next T. If you have any requests on anything in particular that you would like to see, please leave it down below in the comments, because, obviously I have no ideas. So I may just end up running, whatever gets called out. Unless it's something ridiculous like all medic, in which case. So, yes, the interesting thing is, while I was going through and doing the first 4 stages, obviously the first 4 stages without realizing it was a duplicate, I did notice I did a lot more smoking. Like with this level, I smoked up to that boom cannon, and then I smoked up to the shock launcher, and it's valid, and it definitely works, assuming you've got smokes. I'd imagine if you're taking on stage 4 of Dr. T, you should have smokes. Unless you're really crazy low level, in which case, then I wonder how you're taking on Dr. T at such a low level without having smokes. Right? I don't know. But yes, so, there are some minor variances, obviously, and even the last couple of levels, because, like, I was already going through and destroying them. I didn't, like, look back and go, oh, that's right, that's my video, I just kind of went through, but then, of course, I had to compare at the end. I had to be like, which day did I do better on? Which strategy was best? Because I completely forgot that I had ever seen these bases, so in my head, they were new and different, and I was doing crazy things. So, very, very weird sensation, I guess. Also, while I was going back, I was glancing at all of the health and all the building health and building damage boosts, the HQ health, all those kinds of things, because the chicken and I not too long ago were actually talking about the repeat T's. Repeat T? The repeat Dr. T, which I guess technically would still be the repeat T? Or, well, definitely not the... Or would it be the repeater? And the original would be the repeatee. Or does no word exist like repeatee? Anyways, we were just discussing it because, it was a Saturday terror, or sorry, a Saturday tea. No, that also sounds something like... I'm picturing the two of us dressed up in little pink dresses with, like, the umbrellas and having tea and crumpets. So yes, we were discussing a repeat daily event, and he was like, no, there was more hit points. So I obviously, while I was going through afterwards and being like, how did my strategies vary? I also had to take a look at the health, and I can confirm 100% the level stats for each stage are the exact same the first time and second time. So it's not like they're going in and they're like, okay, well, we had a bunch of people beat it on Tuesday, Wednesday, let's add an extra 10% health to everything, and then let's see how this goes on Saturday, Sunday, and, you know, thus it being slightly more difficult. Unfortunately, not the case. I do know for a fact, though, on 5, I did better, I feel, this second time compared to the first time, which I guess makes sense because, well, you know, I saw it, and when I saw that level, and because it was so crazy and it caused me so many troubles, I did definitely remember it, and was like, I didn't remember exactly how I solved the level, but I did remember, oh yes, this is the crazy, crazy hard level that made me want to cry. So I made sure that when I went in there and I actually took the level on, I was prepared for it instead of being caught off guard like last time. So I don't know. Maybe that pays off. Maybe, you know, not being caught off guard helps keep a level mind when forming strategies and whatnot. Anyways, and then for 6, it's very frightening how similar the strategies are between the two. Almost identical, one would say. It's almost like the difference between troop positioning. So based on like where flares were, you know, they might be slightly off different, and then come the you know, the tanks come in at a slightly different angle towards their target, and thus are exposed or not exposed to certain other attacks and things like that. So there are minor tweaks, and it's weird because it's like same person, same strategy, same level, and yet there's still slight subtle variances. Don't get me wrong, it's not enough where I'd be like, oh, that was more difficult than something I've already done before, but you know, it's still interesting to kind of see. I enjoy it, at least. I geek out on things though, so you know, whatevs. And also, actually, speaking of geeking out, super looking forward to tomorrow. I'll probably either be posting my video really, really early or really, really late, because I got me some tickets to go see Rogue One, so I am going to be out. I am not going to be able to post anything, you know, before at least I finish watching that movie. Very, very excited. It looks freaking amazing. All of the critics and everyone are all going crazy over it, saying it's the greatest thing since, you know, Return of the Jedi. The one guy, one critic was actually saying it's just the best Star Wars movie ever, and I was like, ooh, oh, that's some big talk from a critic. So, looking forward to seeing how it is. Also, if you guys are planning on going out and checking out Rogue One, Star Wars fans, let me know. I'm curious to know your thoughts. No spoilers, for the love of... But if you're going out and you're seeing the movie, definitely, please let me know what you thought of it. I'd like to get, you know, at least that much. And then, obviously, after I've seen it, well, then you're going to get an earful. No spoilers. Don't worry. There's a guy at work. He has absolutely no qualms about dropping the spoilers. So, I feel the pain. I wouldn't do that to people. It's, you know, it's inappropriate. It's just not quite right, I tell you. Aside from that, like, really, all the strategies, even though there are some minor variances, are essentially the exact same as the other videos. So hopefully watching this is enough, and if not, then, you know, take a look at that other video. You can compare yourself if you want to see how how I did and what changed and why things are strange, and you know, make up your own mind. I feel like last time I did better on some, but anyways, guys, as you can see, this poor Dr. T is pretty much toast. I just wish I had gotten that shock in the right place. That just like, just off. Anyways, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been entertaining. And most importantly, as always, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.